Pozdrav ljudi životinje, dobrodošli u novu epizodu Biomutanta i Grafička se novo oružje. Pogledajte, imam neku palicu ovdje i za udaranje dobro, ne ljudi, ne mogu reći ljudi, ne mogu reći životinja, mutiranih čudovišta, nema pojma, mutacija, ostalih. Uglavnom, sad imamo tu negdje, nema pojma, main quest complete, tek sam krenuo. Te 3 war, tamo je negdje moram ići, valjda, nemam pojma. Krećem se I sam ne znam gdje, šta je ovo?
The spent nuclear fuel, the toxanol dumped in the surf, had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin.
Ko si ti?
I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard.
Nisam ništa pravio.
Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle.
Sjećam te se.
Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal.
I remember tu, sjećam te se.
He hopes you remember that one time he taught you to upcycle, and hopes you've had some use for it over the years. He understands history made Loopa Loopin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you.
Revenge.
Gizmo understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
Getting darker around here by the minute.
There's still time. Dark hasn't won yet.
Oh, but it will, and we'll take our time to enjoy it.
Just like you to enjoy the end of everything.
Hey, even endings have to end.
Okay, voice
Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seemed so centered and so seeking. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. It's the part of the land that suffered most from the apocalypse. It's deprived of oxygen, making it next to impossible for anything but creatures that were most contorted by the contamination.
Okay. Shit. Sam pao dole. Ovdje moram. Dobro, isti vrag zapravo. Ja, ako samo malo prije sad to dole napravio. Da, kako sam to bio napravio?
As long as karma exists, the world changes, and we change with it.
Wow, tu mogu pas dole. Jesmo više puta da prođemo ovdje. A šta skrivaš ti ovdje? Ne znam baš da je ovo oružje za mene. Hazard zone, there zone are... Okej. Nećemo valjda odmah ubiti. Aha, imam određeno koliko mogu piti to. Aha, ovo mi ne smije doći do 100%. 8, 9, 10. Okej. Zanimljivo.
There's short of breath and death to this zone.
Better
take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for.
To nešto. 22%, moram požuriti, ne mogu ja istraživati ovo, nažalost. Okej, sad sam sigurno me zla. Kamo moram ići? Ovdje je mračno previše da ja vidim. Oho, ću moram hvala po ovome, ovo je zanimljivo. Okej. Znači mogu se lagano zeznuti tu, ovo mi treba. Toga ne idem sigurno.
You might get a killer headache from this.
Okej, tu se smanjilo. Šta je ovo sad? Šta otvaram ja to kao? Jel mogu vidjeti koliko je to raditi? Ništa ne mogu vidjeti. Ajde pick-up im samo. Pokupi sve pa ću ja to vidjeti šta s tim. Aha, tu. Okej.
The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental...
Si zadovoljan? Aha, on će sad popraviti robota.
He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply.
Okay, fuel, so what's a fuel soaker?
He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts.
Šta vozi robot, šta je ovo? Okej, ljudi životinje, ja vozim robota. Ali u sljedećoj epizodi. Hvala na gledanju i dođite na drugu epizodu da vidimo šta ćemo raditi s ovim robotom. Hvala, like, subscribe, share i pozdrav!